My name is Nathan Twino. I'm the Chief Legal Advisor of the Amnesty Commission. And the Amnesty Commission was set up in the year 2000, and the purpose is to grant pardon, to grant amnesty, to grant forgiveness to those who have risen up in arms against the government of Uganda, but who now wish to lay down their arms, abandon rebellion, abandon war, and come back to Uganda and live normal lives. Yes. The person who qualifies is the person who has been fighting the government of Uganda in rebellion, in war. And if he has been fighting or she has been fighting the government of Uganda and now wants to put down his or her arms, embrace peace, then he calls upon us, or we may actually also go to him. And if he or she says, yes, I wish to abandon rebellion, then he will apply to us in a document which we call a declaration form. In that document which he signs, he says, now I have abandoned rebellion and I'm ready to embrace peace, and then the process of amnesty begins.
So let's talk about the circumstances. There are those who will be fighting when they were abducted or coerced to be abducted. And there are those who were willing to carry out atrocities. Does the Commission consider those circumstances in relation?
Yes, Amnesty considers all that. Amnesty, for example, will not be granted if a person is a child and was abducted and taken into rebellion without his or her consent. That one we don't give amnesty, because a child is not responsible for his or her actions. At that age of like 13, 14, the law says that they are not responsible for what they do, and so we don't grant them amnesty. But if you were abducted and you are an adult and you commit offenses while in the bush, then you will be granted amnesty if you ask for it, for the offenses you may have committed while in the bush. Yes.
So what if some of such people, that category, is also in the courts? How do you see the system?
Yes, we work in tandem with the courts of law. We work together, and also we work together with the person they call the DPP, and that's the Director of Public Prosecutions, who is responsible for prosecutions, for taking you to court and prosecuting you. And then we work together with her, and then we agree on which person is actually eligible for amnesty. And some who may have committed very serious offenses, we will not grant amnesty. But those who may have committed low-level offenses while in the bush, then amnesty is considered. High-level offenses or crimes may be crimes against humanity. These are very serious crimes, like mass murder, like genocide. Their amnesty may not be granted, and those will be taken through the court process. And if they are found guilty, they'll be convicted and sentenced. But if they are found innocent, then they'll be released. So it depends on what actually they did in the bush.
So we talked about what goes in the courts of law.
Yes.
We're going to want to understand who then decides. Is it the courts of law that gives the final word on who to grant amnesty, or it is the Commission that recommends? Who has the final
Or
say?
the process will start here at amnesty. Someone will apply, Then we consider his application or her application, and then we inform the law if that person is in prison and is going to courts. Now we consult the DPP, that's the Director of Public Prosecutions. And then we compare notes, and if we agree that this person actually deserves forgiveness, deserves pardon, then we all agree, the DPP will inform us that she has no objection to that application, and then we go ahead and process amnesty, and then we inform both us and the DPP inform the court where such a person is appearing, and then the amnesty process will now go on, and that person will be released.
So let's talk about the end. These people have created atrocities from the communities where they come from. They have granted them amnesty. But to the population out there where they did all this atrocity, people are not appreciating. When they even say it's wrong to release that person to their family, how then do you interpret the amnesty to the communities where they come from?
Yeah, the process of amnesty also involves what we call reinsertion, resettlement, and reintegration. Now, reinsertion involves documentation. We look at you and then we decide this one deserves amnesty. Then we take you to resettle you in the community where you came from. And then there, before we take you, we'll have consulted the people where you came from, and you know the process, the method some of these people, their leaders used, like Joseph Kony, they used the process where a person would commit atrocities in the very area where they came from. And so we first go there, prepare the people, find out that there are no feelings of revenge, and if there are feelings of revenge, then we counsel the people, we talk to them, and we are happy to report that most of our people are well accepted back in their communities. And so it's a process where we prepare them and ensure that they are accepted where they are going.
Are there key high-profile people in the amnesty? And as a commission, we stand and say this is one of the key case studies we look upon.
Yes, you will remember the late Bamuze from the Arua region. You remember the recently returned people from the Central African Republic, and there was a Major General whom we are now considering to grant amnesty. There is also the Omusinga of Renzururu, the king, and we have already granted amnesty, and very soon we shall re-engage with the process of meeting some of the people who were involved in that incident and who have already been granted amnesty, so that the process of resettlement, reintegration, and counseling, psychosocial support begins. And that's our work. That's what we do.
Now, as the Amnesty Commission, how to reduce the criminality?
Yes, because if you consider we have given amnesty to 28,500 ex-combatants. And those are people, if they were left out, they would be fighting. And fighting means killing people. It means raping. It means abductions. It means, terrorism, all that kind of thing. So if you pull out 28,500 people from rebellion and they embrace peace, they embrace reconciliation, they become normal people like you and me, then that's reducing criminality, and that's positive, and it encourages and ensures that there is peace in Uganda. When we do give, yes, after application, I told you they fill a form which we call the declaration form for amnesty. There they sign and say, I have abandoned rebellion. I'm no longer interested in fighting. I'm ready to live a normal life. And then they come over, we document them, we take them through the process, we give them counseling, the psychosocial support. Some of them may not be feeling well, they may be mentally affected, and then we carry out what we call psychosocial support. And then also, afterwards, when we are sending you back to the community, we give you a certificate of amnesty. And that certificate means you will not be prosecuted for the offenses you may have committed while in the bush. And so that certificate is very, very important, because it means that you are a free person, that you can engage in all civic activities, that you can even stand for elections. So it means that we wash away all your sins, as long as you promise not to sin again, because we give you amnesty only once. Amnesty is given once. If you reoffend, or what we call recidivism, and you go back into rebellion, then we will not consider amnesty again.
Now, the other interesting one, I'm going to ask you. There's a gentleman who came and said he's a vegetarian among the teams that were received at the airways.
Yes.
Do they remain with these titles after even giving them amnesty? Or the status quo changes from the bush ranks to the community?
No, that will be engagement with the government. For us, our job is not about ranks. For our job is to give you that certificate of amnesty, and also to resettle you, and also maybe to give you a small package so that you don't go, we don't send a destitute people back in the community. For the rest, we leave it to government. The government will engage with them and find out how best to deal with them. So we are engaging on phone, we keep on phone with them, we gave them a startup package. We intend actually to go there and carry out what we call skilling. Now this skilling takes the form of giving them skills, so that some learn things like carpentry. If they are women, maybe something to do with hair, things to do with agriculture, things to do with mechanics. And so we have a big program for them. We will be going there to ensure that we give them skills, because part of their problem is that sometimes they are poor, sometimes they complain they didn't have anything to do to bring income. But once you give them skills, then it means that they are now able to earn an income, and they will now be able to fend for themselves, and they will not be a problem to society. So we intend to go there. We gave them what we call a reinsertion package, but the bigger program of skilling is going to start.
So the issue of that package being a very small one shouldn't
Yes, that's why we call a reinsertion package. It's not a big thing. And also remember, we do not want to give a very big package as if we are rewarding you for what you did while in the bush. Some of these people did some terrible things. So it's a sign of just receiving you and giving you something just to take you back to your community, some little money, very little, to take you back to the community. It's about 260,000 shillings. We give you a mattress, we give you saucepans, we give you beans to plant, we give you maize to plant, and a few things just to make you start up. And then the bigger reintegration process will begin. But we don't want it to appear like we are rewarding you for what we did. This is just to help you go back to your community.
It's a standard. It doesn't matter which kind of person, whether high profile or for as long as you want amnesty.
No, it's standard. Whether you are high profile or low profile, we give a standard package. Yes.